Hey, Jenny Jones here, Digital Growth Hacks Club. Hey, listen, early morning here, wanted to share with you this tool that I tried to stay away from, but it just kept pulling me. And the reason why I wanted to stay away from it is because of another tool, and I don't want to mention it and steal its thunder in this video. I'm going to go ahead and post a link up above that you can compare this tool to another tool. And I'll put that other tool in the link below. But this is a LinkedIn tool. And if you follow me, and if you've been following me for any time, you know that I did a walkthrough of another LinkedIn tool that I still think is very comparable. But when I look at overall value, they almost balance out, but it doesn't seem like it on the surface. And let me explain to you. This is a tool by the name of Waalaxy, right? Listen, I don't know about the names, but I know what these tools can do. And I've been playing around with it for probably about 3 or 4 hours, and I haven't did a whole lot of activity in it is because I'm already prospecting in another LinkedIn tool. I really wanted to see what this tool would do differently and see if I even needed both tools. And it appears as though I do need both tools. Now, this is a tool that uses an extension or Chrome extension. So the other tool is an actual SaaS tool that you can use within the browser, but this particular tool is uses a Chrome extension. So that's one of the differentiators. And there's something to be said when it comes to dealing with LinkedIn, using an extension or an application. An application is a little bit different because an application actually goes in and kind of, assumes the role of you, right? Whereas an extension does not. And the chances of getting banned or something like that, I think, and this, I don't know this to be true, but what I found on some of the technologies, I find the chances of getting banned is a lot quicker using something that's pretending to be you versus something that you're using an extension. The thing is with this particular tool is your LinkedIn application must remain open as long as you're using this tool. On the SaaS tool, it does not need to remain open. So those two could be different. What I said, where you have a chance of getting banned. But both tools, I think all tools that try to get into LinkedIn or Facebook or some of these social platforms, they all run the risk of getting banned if they don't throttle or manage your participation effectively. This particular tool appears to manage it effectively. It's been around. They have over 40,000 downloads to the extension. And they used to have another name, and the name escapes me right now. And I'll probably find out a little bit later. But listen. Let's get into the tool. A lot of people have already, I think maybe 3 or 4, there's 3 or 4 other videos out there that kind of walks you through. I just kind of wanted to give you some of the core pieces and what it does. So you use an extension, and then what you do with the extension is you go and you actually do a search from within the extension. Let me go ahead and try to do that for you here. So here's what happens. You go to your LinkedIn page and you just start searching, right? So let me get out of this. So you just start doing your searches here on people, right? I'm searching for different people in the United States and California, self-employed, and these are real estate investors. And these are people that come up in the search, right? So then what you do is you turn on the extension. Once you click on the extension, then the extension pulls the people down into your app, right? So once they pull them down into the app, these are the people. So I did kind of a little search on it once before, and I only pulled down 25 people, right? So I pull those people down and I put them in I've been testing around with it, but I put them in, and I pulled them down and I put them in here. And what you can do, the power in what this tool does is you could use it and then try to connect with them. And if you can't connect with them, you can look for their email addresses and other sources. So I think that is one of the things I really, really like about this tool is you can go out look for other sources to try to find their email address and then validate their email address. It's way beyond the scope of this application, but I just wanted to give you the power of it. One of the other things I like about this tool, it immediately gave me all the connections to Waalaxy, right? It's a lot of people in Waalaxy, and the CEO, the CFO, the chief marketing officer, and you can connect with those people as well in here, and so on and so forth. So you pull the people down, but then not only that, you can send them through these campaigns. Now, what I will tell you, what the power I've seen in this tool, and I got to be honest with you, the power I've seen in this tool is it is not only B2B, but it's B2C. So if you're looking for B2B and B2C, this is a little bit more advanced tool. This is intermediate to advanced tools. Some of the other tools that I've shown you are more beginner and possibly to immediate. If you want to go over to the other side, this is intermediate to advanced. That's the reason why I'm going to keep both tools, because I like what this tool does. It does go out and try to look for email addresses for me, and I can use both tools together. I'm going to probably hack them together. I was going to do a versus. I just think the comparison is not as easy because this one does both B2B or business to business and business to consumer. So I really, really like that. What you can then do is once you find a selection of people that you want to use, like mine, for instance, real estate investors, I can go here and put them in a campaign. Now let's look at what the kind of campaigns we have here. And again, there's other people doing all these other videos. You know me, I'm doing videos to try to help you grow your business and try to make a difference in your bottom line. So we could start a campaign. This is what I love about this tool. I've only found one thing that I do not like about this tool, and they said they're working on it, but I at least thought you should know. And I'll explain it to you. Actually, let me just tell you what that is. It's when you're sending emails, you do not have that many. Let's go to it. That way I don't forget it. So when you're sending emails, you create a template. And you go here, it's your variables. You only have first name, last name, company name. Those are the only variables that you can use here. They don't have any other variables. And so it's not too much creativity when it comes to sending your messages and so on and so forth. Other tools, because they are B2B exclusively, to me, I think like they kind of nail it on the head. But I think when reaching out to them, they said, oh yeah, we're going to be adding more variables here. So when I say variables, you can put the first name, it automatically adds it. Hey, John of company. Hey, I noticed you worked for company X. You know, I used to work for them, or hey, I saw we partnered with them, and so on and so forth. It makes it a little bit more natural and genuine. That's the only thing I think that I've found so far that I was not a big fan of. So let's go back to the campaigns and let's talk about what goes on here with the campaigns. So the campaigns this is gold, right? I shared this with you guys, and I shared it with another tool. Anytime there's a tool that can grow you beyond your comfort zone as far as marketing, you need to pick those tools up, because you're not even thinking. What you may know is what you may know in a shell, but these other tools are giving you so many other ideas. There is another tool here that I talked about, I think maybe 2 videos ago. That is another one that just gives you all these different ideas. So these have different sequences that you can look at, and let's take a look at this. So this is a simple sequence, which I like to start off with this sequence. This is a sequence that goes out and visits the prospects that I pulled in. So I pulled in 25 prospects. This sequence just goes out and visits their page. Not like a bot, but it goes out like every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes in a different sequence, and it goes out and it visits their profile. Because if you start filling people up and you've never visited their profile or anything like that, you send these flags to LinkedIn. It says, hey, this person's out here, or this is a bot going and doing that. Because this is a campaign that goes out and says, hey, go visit their profile. The people I pulled in, go visit their profile. That's what this template does. The reason why I wanted to show you this is because there are so many use cases that you can do, right? You can send a message, you can send an invitation. These are simple. These are beginner sequences, right? Then you can go to business plan sequence that's, hey, B2B, visit emails, search. Let's look at this one here. It says, hey, go out, visit their page, go look for email finder, find them, find their professional email. If they have an email, then send them to the CRM integration right here. And then that's what you've done. So you've added them to your CRM just automatically by finding them. You didn't do anything else. All you did was find their email from a LinkedIn visit. You found it, went out, added them to your CRM integration. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. And then this sequence is done. So you found them, right? Through LinkedIn, did that. And then, so these are just different sequences. So that's the business plan. That's easier to do because business email addresses are you can find those a lot faster than personal. This is an email finder where it visits their profile and it does a search, right? You can have, and this is a level 1. Let's look at it. You can preview it here and so on and so forth. So this just goes out, visit the LinkedIn profile, your prospect, then find their email address. It has this email finder built into it. You'd have to read up on what they're using to find emails, and then validating the emails. So they go out and do some scraping and some other stuff. I don't think they call it scraping, but they do something else. And they try to find a personal email address that's associated with this particular person. And then they add that person back to you. And then you can just add them into your CRM. So LinkedIn, and then this is what I like about this, because they have a lot of them. You have a LinkedIn special, right? Visit profiles and so on and so forth. Then they have a multi-channel, right? You go in and you can go in. Let's look here. Let's take a look at it. You can go in. You can start here. If you're not connected, you can send an invitation to connect. If they don't connect, or you give it a 1-day delay, you can go out, find their email, right? If they don't have any email, it stops the delay. Or if you do find their email, then it adds them to your CRM, and then you've reached that. Once you add them to your CRM, then you have another sequence that you do on the CRM side, or the customer relationship management system side. That's what CRM stands for. And then you can put them on another sequence from your CRM, right? If you connect, you can just end, or if it's pending, you can end. Again, this goes out and finds email addresses, personal and or business, from what I've been able to determine. So it's a multi-channel, and this is a multi-channel expert. So you look at the multi-channel expert, this goes out, and they name them all these funny names. I think this is kind of funny. But what it does is, this is something that this will go out, and it goes out and it does all this by campaigns, all of its own. It goes out, it sends an email, can't connect, sends another email, delay 15 days, sends an invitation. If it connects, it delays and sends a message, and so on and so forth. So the multi-channels, you can connect with them on their own personal email, and or you could send them a message in LinkedIn and try to connect. This is powerful, people. And look how many of them they have. This is the gold in this particular tool. I've never seen anything like this. And again, when I'm looking at tools, how can this tool grow me? For the price, for the cost. This is a $59 tool. This is all you need if it's just a solo or you have a small team. You can send out 500 email requests a week, I think is what they said. Yes, a week. Anywhere between 500, they send 700, but I think it's 500 to 700 a week, and it's per seat. So if I bought 3, if you get a $59, which is for one tier, if you get that, that will give you 3 seats. So basically you have 3 LinkedIn profiles. So if it's yourself and 3 team members, and 2 team members, it's a total of 3. So you can multiply it by 3. So it's 1,500 emails you could send a week. 1,500, right? So wanted to go into the Zapier integration and just tell you what that's about. Now, they're using Zapier or Incromat. I was able to I don't use Zapier for my I don't use my Zapiers for when I am trying to connect. I think they're just too expensive for me to use. I do use webhooks, and let me show you the webhook that I put together for this as we kind of bring this to a close. So this is gold, people. Anytime you're able to do this, and again, there's things now. The other tool I talked about, again, and the link is in there. They do something totally different, right? They're able to go in. They're actually able to pull other people from a post engagement, right? So if people engage in this post, you can pull everybody that engaged in that post. You can pull everybody that signed up for a particular event. You can pull other people that are involved in a group that you're involved in. Totally different, very business friendly, very nice, clean, professional. It's a software SaaS. It is not a, extension or anything like that. Different tools, right? You're obviously going to pay a little bit less for an extension than you would a whole full SaaS platform. But I think this kind of gives you this kind of extension, gets you in, but it lets you manage everything in this SaaS tool here. They have LinkedIn messaging coming soon. They don't have it there. It's going to have an interface for you to do your connecting with actual people that you interact with, right? Schedule follow-ups to follow up with people, so on and so forth. So that is coming here. I wanted to show you the connection that I did in using InCharge. So let me switch to that. Let me show you that. So this is what I put together in InCharge. I received a webhook here. So instead of receiving it for Zapier or Anchormat, I received it here inside my marketing CRM. So this is a marketing CRM that I'm using, or one of the ones that I'm using. This one receives the webhook, and I just pasted the webhook inside of Waalaxy, and I have that webhook added tag to that particular person that I pull in from LinkedIn. What the tag is going to do is I make that tag go down another sequence of events, because anybody that has this tag added to it, and it's just a test, anybody that has a tag added to it sends them down a series of emails and so on and so forth. So that's kind of how you do that. Only thing I want to do here is I just want to get them into my CRM, and it's going to pull their information, email address, first and last name. It's going to pull it over here, add this tag to it. Anybody that has this tag, I'm going to go ahead and send them down a whole nother customer journey in my CRM and start sending them emails and so on and so forth. Hey, saw you on LinkedIn, wanted to reach out to you again. So this is just one way. Again, you could use Zapier, or you can use any one of your CRMs or marketing CRMs that allow you to receive webhooks, right? And some of the advanced ones do. I think VBOW does. And there's another one that I use, Entreport, as well. So they'll pull in the webhook, and then you can add your tag, and then you can send them down a sequence of events. So let's switch back here. Okay, so that is that. And I wanted to show you some of the settings too. So that's prospects, pull in all your prospects here. You run all your campaigns from here. You do your messaging and stuff here. You can create your messaging templates and so on and so forth. These are the two campaigns that I had running. This was a campaign that I ran yesterday. When I got everybody in, I found 25 people. I visited their pages without me physically going to 25 pages. The system went into 25 pages for me and visited them, right? I did try to look for email addresses. I could not find any, but that was a basic search that I did. Now let's take a look. What else can we look at? I want you to take a look at settings here real quick. Some more power that I found in this tool. Of course, my account is my information, but this is the power of this tool. This tool has a lot of back-end power, and this is more of again, like I said, it's more of intermediate to advanced, right? And you can add your email accounts here. You can go Gmail, Outlook, or other, right? And what they're doing is they're setting up your SMTP here as though it's coming from your actual email address. I don't know how many emails you can set up in here. That may be something I may need to reach out to them. I'm not a big spammer. I kind of have a tendency to email from 2 or 3 email addresses, but I'm not a big spammer. So I'd have to figure out what that is. So you can actually set up your own SMTP here. That's power, people, right? You can look at the account activity. It gives you here. Select working days. Hey, I only want to work on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's pretty good because you're pacing you're pacing your LinkedIn. You're not killing it. You're not over abusing it. That's one thing LinkedIn does, is they want to make sure that you don't do a whole lot. And this has a 24-hour window here. You can see here 23 and 59. And this tells you your daily limit, your daily quotas, right? 100 invitations, messages 150, profile visits 150, right? That again, you can only visit so many profiles a day. LinkedIn is very, very funny. They don't want it to become a spam machine, and so you really have to be careful on how you do that. And you can only follow 100 people daily, right? And then it talks about your last import. What did you pull in? What problems you found? You can go to last import, right? What did you pull in? And then your team members there. It shows you how many people of your profiles that you have there as well. And I don't want to show any email addresses or anything like that. So again, people, this tool, they have a lot of downloads already. Very powerful. I think for the price of the tool, you can get 3 seats for $59. Again, one-time price. You can get 6 seats for $119. So the 6 seats, meaning you'd have 5 team members, multiply that out, right? And that'll tell you how many you can do a day. I think it's 500. And then you can get, for $179, you can get 15 seats. So you have a larger team, a lot of people reaching out for you. But again, 1 token. Again, this tool is I think one of the strengths that like I said, that I like about it, one of the key features is it has that multi-channel, right? It has multiple different ways you can look at it. This is something else. I like this tool. I haven't had a chance to get deep into it, but I have vision for the tool. It's definitely for $59, a one-time cost. I'm not sure how much it costs on a regular basis. I want to say $79 or $99 a month or something like that. So one of the other things I like is it can get advanced. So you have to be ready to get advanced for it. Like you can build out, I think you can build out your own campaigns. No, you can't build out your own campaigns. That's right. They don't give you the option to build out your own campaigns. You have to find a campaign that is close to what you're trying to do. And what they said that they gave you is they gave you enough to know what they think you may want to do as far as linking up to that. And so this is again, I wanted to show you this one more time. This sends 6 messages for you. Connect, send a message, don't reply, send another message, send another. These are day by days. You don't do all of this. You delay 2 days, delay 2 days, delay 3 days, delay 4 days. This is the complexity of this. Is a level 3, right? And then you can use this template. And you says, hey, this is the template you want to use. You hit use template, and then you go in and you start editing it, right? This is the message you want to send. You go in there and says, hey, this is the message I want to send. Hey, Charlie, hey, John, hey, I noticed you belong to this same organization. I once served on the board for the YMCA. Actually, I did. And then you find bridges and you connect, right? Hey, I noticed you're in the real estate. I'm in the real estate in the Bay Area, so on and so forth. And then you do those connections there. And then what you do is you collect all of those, and then you launch the campaign. And then what you do is you come back and you can either add your entire list to the campaign, or you select certain people to send it out to. This is a meatball sandwich. Every now and then I'll run across a tool like this, a tool for $59. You cannot beat this tool. I'm going to hold on to my token. I only do videos to tools that that I hold on to and I tend to use in my particular business and or practice. There's a lot of tools out there. I just don't do every tool and I can't get to every tool, but tools that I'm using in growing my business, this is definitely one that I am going to look at using. Hey, again, this has been Jenny Jones. Like and subscribe. Please share. Please comment. Say, hey, nice job. Do something. Google likes that. If Google likes it, then I like it. If I like it, I'm gonna give you more juice, right? So just say, hey, Jenny, good job, or hey, Jenny, don't like it, or whatever. Any type of interaction is gonna work well for myself and the growth of this channel and the growth of you for listening to this channel. It has been Jenny Jones. You guys be safe out there. Goodbye for now.